Hey guys, Brian and PS4 Trophies showing you how to get the S rank on episode 6, Where Do the Bees Sleep? Now this one is pretty lengthy. It's going to be about 12 minutes, and I'm really going to exploit the checkpoint save system on here. Now this one you can't just rely on a fast time. Now that is going to contribute to a whole bunch of your points, a vast majority of it, if you can do it fast enough. But I also have to then do one optional objective, which is really tied to my speed run tactic here, and that is for not using any of the ammunition for the honeybee gun that you get at the end of this mission. Now, in addition to doing that one optional objective, the two other bonus score points that I get is the no reflex and no enemy combat alerts. The reflex is when you get spotted by an enemy, you have a brief moment where the cameras, you go into slow motion and you can take out the enemy hopefully before he does a combat alert and tells all of his buddies around you. So what I need to do is really get the no reflex and no enemy combat alerts. Now I also should have gotten no kills, but I used my assault rifle and not my pistol to take out a couple of them, and had I just used my my sleeping gun, I would have gotten bonus points for that as well, making my margin of error a little greater. So highly recommend, if you have a gun that can put people to sleep, just use that the entire time and you'd probably be much better off. But here at the beginning, I'm just traveling down the road, and you get to that first outpost, make sure you stay to the right. We're just gonna bypass all of the outposts just so we can record a pretty good time. So I passed the one just a moment ago and just stayed right. Now we're going to just keep following this around. Unfortunately, it's a lot of horseback riding in this mission, which is not too exciting to watch, unfortunately. The one thing I don't like about maybe I just haven't figured the option out, is the camera doesn't stay behind you while you're on horseback. You have to, while holding the X button, use the right stick, or I'm sorry, holding the square button to sprint while you're on the horseback. You have to then also use the right stick to turn the camera, so it's a little cumbersome. I wish the camera just stayed behind you. Maybe it can, maybe there's an option, I just completely missed it. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a huge Metal Gear fan, never have been, of the series, but I'm really enjoying this game a ton. So I'd be interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this game. Just go post that in the comments below. Alright, so you're going to get to this danger area here. Now there's a lot going on in this area, but we are literally just going to bypass the whole entire thing. Now there is an optional objective here where you got to extract the guy who doesn't talk, and he's going to be up on the bridge above. But I'm going to just completely bypass it, and for some reason I can't climb up this rock because the horse keeps getting in the way. So we're going to move him off to the side here so we can climb up this rock. Could have shaved a few more seconds off my time had it not had the difficulty there. But we're going to kind of climb up here. There's also another optional objective that's in this area where you can extract 2 snipers. But again, I'm just completely bypassing this entire area because with a really good time, you're going to get a pretty good bonus score for a really fast time. So once I get out, I sprint, and I call the horse while I'm sprinting and keep running forward. You're going to see that a couple times during this episode, because when you hit the horse button and you keep sprinting, the horse will always just get up right beside you, allowing you to really, in one motion, keep your momentum forward and jump onto the horse. Now there's another outpost over here to the right, so I'm just kind of bypassing it using this little shortcut here. Because again, I don't want to add additional time, but also it increases the odds of me getting spotted and getting reflex. Now, I mentioned earlier I kind of exploit the checkpoint save system, so whenever I get a reflex moment, all I do is immediately pause and restart the checkpoint. So you're going to come across these 2 guys here. You're going to have to take them out. They will spot you if you don't. I was unable to find a sneaky way around them. So I just get off the horse and I go ahead and shoot him. And that's where I used my assault rifle. I should have used my my pistol, kind of maybe snuck up behind him a little closer and got him with some headshots. So we're going to continue forward. Now I don't have the launcher. There is a enemy helicopter And that is one of the, I believe it's one of the optional objectives where you can take out the enemy helicopter. And if I had a launcher, and I haven't had that researched in Mother Base yet, but if you did, you can try using that and taking out the helicopter as well, and that should maybe get you some extra bonus points. But we're going to come to another outpost here. I'm just kind of staying to the right. In fact, I never even see them. And the helicopter sequence is right after this. I believe I just keep going and you don't really even see it, just because I'm sprinting too fast. It's off to the left, though. You can see the red circle on the screen in front of me there on the left side. So we're going to go in here and we're going to go towards a temple, I guess if you want to call it. And there's going to be two guys here, so I'm going to hop off my horse. And they may spot you as you're coming up, so I'm going to crouch. And he kind of sees me, but he hasn't seen me yet. He just thinks something's wrong, so I'm waiting. And I'm going to get close enough and take him out before I get into reflex mode. If I get into reflex again, I immediately pause the game and just hit the checkpoint, restart checkpoint. And that'll put you at your previous checkpoint and roll back the time as well. So whatever the time was when you first reached the checkpoint, will roll back to that. Now after we've taken those two guys out, we're going to just quickly get on the horse. And there's going to be another kind of little outpost in front of us. You might briefly see the tower here on the left side. I don't even think it was on screen there, but I'm just taking this path here to the right. As long as you're quick, you'll never even see those other guys. Now we're coming to this big, large area. And at this point, I'm just going to crouch. And you're going to have two guys on the left. You can keep crouch walking past them if you stay here on the right. If they do notice you, which they do to me right here, just go into prone and then just keep moving forward. You should be okay. On the 4 or 5 times I ran through this, they never did see me. But now we're going to have 3 guys in front of us here underneath the tent just ahead, and I do take these guys out because they can be a little troublesome. And really at this point I'm going to take out pretty much most everyone else we come across. Not everybody.
Enemy presence detected.
So I'm sneaking up here, getting this guy to the left. And then there's going to be 2 guys here to the right. I'm just going to have to be quick here. Because once they see their fallen comrades, they'll start looking for you. So after that, we're going to enter the tunnel section here. Now I did have to restart my checkpoint. I hadn't up to this point, but I will do it a couple, actually 3 or 4 times in here. But I'll show you the first time where I kind of screw up. So I'm going to take out this guy, and then I'm going to go around the corner. And based if you're sprinting through this whole thing, you're going to see a guy just above us and to the left. So we're going to have to turn around 180 degrees. And I forgot to reload my gun. So I went into reflex mode right there. So immediately I hit the left side of the touchpad and restarted the checkpoint. So that does roll back my time, as I mentioned earlier. I'll have to take out this guy again. Now this guy is going to be, I know exactly where he's at. The enemies may or may not be quite in the spot that you see him in this walkthrough here. So if they do see you and one maybe surprises you, just restart the checkpoint and you can you'll know where they're at because they'll always be there from that point on. Now there's probably a couple different ways to get to the honeybee weapon that we're trying to get. This just happens to be the one way I found and was able to remember. But I'm pretty sure there might even be a faster way to get to where we're going. But once I get out of here, there's usually a guy over here pathing around somewhere. And I didn't see him, so I'm going to have to deal with him when I come back. When you get to this room, just crouch and stay along the left side. There's 2 guys in this room, one right in front of me. There's one off to the right on the opposite side. And then we're going to go in this door here. Now, if you did get the talk to the guy that was on the bridge, one of the optional objectives, the actual location of the honeybee will appear on the map. But I know where it was already, so I just ran straight there. Now I did have a couple restart checkpoints, so this is actually my 3rd attempt out of here. I got surprised by 2 different guys, but I know where they're at now. The first one is the guy I missed earlier that I could have gotten when I dropped down after crawling through that opening. And then there's going to be 2 more guys here. This guy's got his back to me right now. And then the final guy over here, there is a cutscene, and he shot me as the cutscene, or noticed me as the cutscene began, so. But here's the cutscene. Actually, don't even have to kill that other guy if you don't want to, as long as you get to this cutscene here prior to him putting you in reflex. So I'm going to skip the cutscene. There's actually 2 separate cutscenes if you're going to skip them. I don't like when you skip a cutscene to take you into another cutscene. But at the very beginning here, you got the skulls. And what I did is I immediately started sprinting, and while sprinting I called the horse so it would run up alongside of me. And you're going to get 20,000 bonus points if you don't fire the honeybee. So to get out of here in one piece without having to fire the honeybee, you have to just call the horse and sprint out of here as quickly as you can. Now there is another optional objective where you do kill all the skulls. So you're not going to be able to keep the honeybee ammo intact and do that. So if you're going to go for all the side missions, you're going to have to do those in 2 different playthroughs. Again, I mentioned in other parts, you can always do a mission select, so at any time throughout the game you can replay other missions. Now on the run to the helicopter here, stay off to the right, because we have another outpost. And as long as you follow this path here and just stay along the right side, you shouldn't get seen.
Enemy presence detected.
But again, if you do get spotted, just immediately hit the pause and restart the checkpoint. So this is it. This is going to get me my S rank. You're going to have to just sit here for about 30 seconds until a helicopter arrives. And once it arrives, the mission will end. Now I do get the S rank. I have a time of 12 minutes and 5 seconds, so it got me almost 80,000 points. And then with the no reflex bonus of 10,000 and the no enemy combat alerts of just over 14,000, it did give me enough, in addition to some miscellaneous like headshot stuff, did give me enough to get the S rank. Again, if I didn't use my assault rifle and only used the sleep dart gun, I would have gotten the no kill bonus as well probably. And either way, that should be enough for you guys to get the S rank. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are watching the other parts of this walkthrough. And until next time, guys, happy trophy hunting.